Hello YouTube and welcome to Road America, site to race number 4 of the NRSL Hooters series. And a full weekend here, or at least somewhat full. We don't have trucks here, but we do have Hooters series in the Cup series, and Hooters series gets the first race of the weekend. Front row will be Ace Rogers and Zach Flickinger, a pair of rookies, with veterans Time Pollard and Amanda Shelley in row 2. Johnny Gardner and Jonathan Zorline make up row number 3. Chris Louvier and Hunter Braxton second in the points make up row 4. Jerry Shelley and PJ Williams, who's third in points, make up row number 5. Here's the rest of your starting grid. Jessica Shelton comes in as the points leader, with the only driver, or being the only driver who can say that they have gone top 5s in the first 3 races of the season, looking to make it 4 for 4 this week. But we'll have a tough starting spot, starting back in 37th. Hunter Braxton is 44 back in second. PJ Williams 111 back in third. Jerry Shelley and Zach Flickinger come in tied for fourth, with the tiebreaker going to Jerry Shelley right now on top 10s with 2 to none. Kev Shear, William Brock, Mary Shelley, Becky Lynch, Time Pollard make up the rest of the top 10. So you see the final row. Worth mentioning, Zach Flickinger, 5th in points, has yet to score a top 10 this season, so that's going to be, and he's got a good starting spot at least to try and change that, being able to start on the pole. Here comes the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Worth mentioning that just like a couple weeks ago with the Reebok Truck Series, because this is a road course, we will not have onboard cameras. Uh-oh. And problems for Alex May. So already Alex May, the defending champion, rough start already. He will not even get to take the green flag, and he will have a DNF, his second of the season. He came into this race 17th in the points. And with that, we are set to go racing. Pace car is already off, and we'll have 12 laps here as, oh boy, this does not look good already. You can kind of already see where this is going to head. They're 3 wide already, and it's the 52 of Oriel Pollard. Meanwhile, Time Pollard also made it 3 wide up here. Also, remember, no cautions. So, basically, going to have to try and work your way up manually. Zach Flickinger out to a good lead already. And quickly battle on just for about the 3rd spot as someone went off as one of the blue cars, and it's the points leader, Jessica Shelton. Aldra Baranowskis is well involved. And that looks to be about the only people involved there. This is going to be another trouble spot right here. Possibly. Yeah, 27 went off. So already somewhat adventurous lap 1. And looks like they're starting to kind of sort it all out now. As you see Chris Louvier, that's Zorline out a little bit wide. Gets back on track just fine. Smed Oscon out a little wide almost. And PJ Williams. And that's into the tire barrier. So PJ Williams 3rd in points, already in trouble. And so kind of almost at a trifecta already as Gardner gets around the 21, I think. Well, tried to. Not successfully. And a header on Alex May. I think I might have mentioned that. If not, oh well, it's been there for a little bit now on screen. Jerry Shelley out into the kitty litter. Going to be able to get back out on track just fine, though. Going to be way off pace though compared to other people on that front straightaway. And Zach Flickinger kind of cruising. And I think Shelton has hit another thing, found something else to hit out there on track. So rough start already, but it's early on. Already at least has the win. Just might have that top 5 streak. And worth mentioning, only the top 9 in points coming in could actually leave here as the points leader. So even with a rough finish today, Shelton cannot fall any lower than 9th in points, which top 10 in points is what's going to matter for the end of the season. As you see, Shelton now makes on the pit lane. Let's see if they can fix the car. Looks like they will be able to. And just kind of looking at the back, William Flickinger is not having a good time with turn 5. That was Baranowskis again. I believe that was actually right into the back bumper of the 27. Alexander Rowe is off. And Kyle Matthews, Preston Plord, a couple of the Hendrick cars here running side by side. Just the only thing you gotta avoid on this turn right here is just don't get out into the sand. Looks like everyone's fine there. Dylan Young and Sky Commons there battling for position. And Braxton trying to take 5th away, or is defending 5th away from Johnny Gardner. I'll go with the latter on that. Either way, a couple of the dodges there. So this is probably our best battle on track. Let's take a look. Well, this one's actually a pretty good battle right here for 3rd as well. Ace Rogers has it. Time Pollard wants it. Time Pollard with a good start to the year so far. 10th in points coming in. 1 top 5 though only. And we'll make a peek as I see Chris Louvier on the pit lane. Car 88. PJ Williams already has lost 1 lap, and Amanda Shelley is starting to close in on the race lead. Meanwhile, Time Pollard's still trying to take 3rd away from Ace Rogers. Rogers might get the run down the straightaway here. If nothing else, he will have the inside line for turn 5. That's actually probably the more desirable part of that. But looks like Time Pollard's going to be able to hang on, and yes he does. So move the 21 to 3rd now. As Braxton's out into the dirt, so too is the 26 James Qualls. Qualls is into the dirt again, or at least into the grass. Gardner goes out wide, and we'll lose a spot to Zorline now. Maybe. Gardner actually coming right back at him in the 22 here. And Qualls going to try and take a spot out of this as well. Into the kink they go. And Zorline's going to be able to keep this foot in it there. And Mary Shelley going to try and take advantage. Gets at least 1 spot. It's going to go for 2 into Canada corner here. And move the 7 up a couple spots. Meanwhile, Amanda Shelley starting to close in on Zach Flickinger. Thought I saw someone go wide. That must have been just my imagination though. Gardner now going inside of James Qualls here for position. And going to try and get the spot back that he lost to Mary Shelley. Not able to do so. Meanwhile, Hunter Braxton now wants a piece of Ace Rogers here. This is the battle for 4th. And both Chris Louvier and PJ Williams have fallen out of the race. So that already means that Jessica Shelton, for one, cannot fall any lower than 8th in points because she was already ahead of PJ Williams and will just gain even more ground on that. As you see Shelton there on track now in the 39th position. Of course, if something happens to Braxton, that will help keep the points lead as well too. So Braxton also has been really consistent. He's along with Shelton, is the only person that can say they've got 3 top 10s to start the year. And a spectacular battle here with Ace Rogers as both of them staying on track so far. Braxton's now going to have the inside line. But if Ace Rogers can keep it in there, now he'll have the inside line. Does so. Braxton now hanging in there tough. And I think Braxton's going to get it here. And Ace Rogers flirting with disaster there in the grass. Not where you want to be. And move Braxton now to 4th. As Ace Rogers tries to hang on to 5th. Will do so as Zorline loses momentum. And here comes Mary Shelley. Now Johnny Gardner will grab a spot as well from the 77. Make a move around the kink, not what you want to do apparently, because here comes James Qualls into Canada corner. That was a little bit of a dive bomb, and it works for Qualls. As Sam Young also grabs a spot from the 77. So, terrible lap for Jonathan Zorline. Finally kind of regroups a little bit. As RJ Reynolds has found a wall hard. Tim Randolph battling with Alexander Rose. We will look at the back of the field a little bit. Kyle Matthews back in 31st right now, battling with Kev Shear. As Zorline now grabs 9th back away from Sam Young. Samet Ozkan also going to try and take a spot inside the top 10 away. And going to do it to driver's right, or look to driver's right to do so. That's going to be the outside line for the next couple corners. But Ozkan going to actually get it, I think. Well, Young's still there. 41 goes a little bit wide. That's Isaac Flickinger who is playing with the dirt a little bit. Meanwhile, Ozkan clears Sam Young, moved the 15 to 10th. And Sky Commons out into the grass. We'll lose a spot to Fitzwater and looks like to William Brock maybe. Never mind, Brock had to get out of the throttle. Fitzwater a little bit in the grass there. Meanwhile, we've got a battle for the lead. Amanda Shelley to the back bumper of the 12 of Zach Flickinger. Ooh, all over that back bumper though. Nearly some contact there. Side by side they'll be down this front straightaway. And I think at the line it is going to be the 36 of Amanda Shelley who leads. So first lead change of the day goes to the 36. 5 bonus points for leading a lap, which could be beneficial. Amanda Shelley came into this race 24th in the points, so definitely could have used some extra points where she could get them. And there's RJ Reynolds, who's now in 37th, just in front of the race leaders. I think he's pit. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he's back in 39th now. And scoring just hasn't updated yet. So, RJ Reynolds crossed the line in 37th last time by. He's actually running in the 39th position. Now can Amanda Shelley pull away from the 12? And more importantly, can Amanda Shelley clear the 60 reasonably enough? Remember, one pit stop, I believe one pit stop should be on the cards today. I believe. And Shelley's not going to catch Reynolds in a favorable spot. This is the kink. We have not seen passes to the inside work there today. Shelley thinks better of it. And you see Time Pollard starting to kind of etching a little bit closer in that battle. Now Shelley will catch and pass the 60. Zach Flickinger will do the same. Be kind of curious to see what RJ Reynolds managed to hit today. Had all the momentum in the world, you would have thought, coming off the truck win, and wow, Time Pollard with a dive bomb and a half. I don't blame him for it one bit, though. Battle between Isaac Flickinger and Samet Ozkan there. And something got the field riled up back here. Holy moly. 2, 3 wide back here. Dang. Be almost like someone had wrecked or something. Either way, Jonathan Zorline gets sent out wide, is going to lose a spot to Sam Young, possibly to Zachary Fitzwater as well in the 59 car. For Zorline, came into this race 34th in the points, so I think he would just take a top 10 of any kind, didn't matter where, or just even a top 15 for that matter would help his case a lot. Meanwhile, Fitzwater wants that 11th spot away from Zorline. Will maybe get it, never mind. As Charles Sanford went a little bit wide back there. And Mohammed Zain Abdullah goes onto the grass, so too does Dylan Young. Nearly some contact between the 11 and the 1 car there. And Dylan Young is off. But will keep it going. Great job by Dylan Young. So Dylan Young was running 18th, looks to be back in now the 25th position now after that off-track excursion. Oriel Pollard now runs in the 18th position, trying to size up the 11 car of Zain Abdullah and not able to do so. And pit stops. And in fact, the entire top 3 or 4 there all stay out. And Samet Ozkan will be the first to stay out. Lap number 8 on the board right now. The 15 car now leads. Fitzwater, Shelley, Shear, Anderson, and Swanson, Nareza, Matthews, Randolph, Kev Shear all staying out. And I would say that was about 2 tires for most. Looks like it. So Amanda Shelley leads the race off of pit lanes. So second for Zach Flickinger, Time Pollard, Hunter Braxton, Johnny Gardner looks to be the top 5 there. As possible. Oh, okay, I think I figured out what happened. Mary Shelley, I think, had pit the lap prior. And just showing you the order of cars as they come off pit lane. And now Samet Ozkan catches up to the 60 of RJ Reynolds. And is going to have to try and battle with him on the carousel. Trying to shove him out a little bit wide here, trying to get the positioning. And this is not helping his in-lap any whatsoever. So Samet Ozkan now finally clears the 60. Might be a smart idea just to go ahead and go 1 extra lap here if possible. Get a clean in-lap if you're the 15 car. But at the same point, you don't want to run out of fuel here. So, not easy to get back around if you run out of fuel at any point on this track. And it looks like, yep, the 15 will pit, so too will the 59 and the 33. and the entire field behind him. So this will cycle the lead around to the 36 as the 15 does lead a lap through the pit stop cycle. Now can Zach Flickinger or Time Pollard close back in on the 36 is the question. So there's the confirmation. We'll wait for this to kind of cycle around a little bit before we start going through the field a little bit. Meanwhile, while we wait, we will look for a battle as there's Samet Ozkan coming out of the pits. Going to fit right in between the 9 and the 7. Mary Shelley gets sent a little bit wide in reaction though. And Isaac Flickinger going to try and grab a spot. James Qualls as well in the 26 trying to do the same. And Flickinger goes to driver's left now on James Qualls in the 26. And Qualls going to be able to hang it in there a little bit. And now this next corner here is going to be a right-hand corner. Flickinger's back on the grass again. He likes that line a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it probably helps him much. Meanwhile, Zorline's going to get shoved a little bit by Sam Young there in the 01. Mary Shelley is off. And she's going to keep it out of the wall. Kind of shocked by that. That is not normally a thing that happens. Isaac Flickinger now going to driver's right on Samet Ozkan will grab the spot away. Meanwhile, back up front, and what will be 3 laps to go when they hit the stripe, Amanda Shelley back to the lead on timing and scoring. As I think, did I see that right? That was Kev Shear on the pit lane. Amanda Shelley leads, Zach Flickinger second, Time Pollard third, Hunter Braxton in fourth, Johnny Gardner fifth, Ace Rogers in sixth, Isaac Flickinger seventh, James Qualls in eighth, Samet Ozkan is now ninth. Battle for 10th between Zachary Fitzwater and Jonathan Zorline. Sam Young is in 12th. Jerry Shelley is 13th. Battle for 14th between William Brock, Sky Commons, and Charles Sanford. Okay, good. Jack James is in 17th, battling for that with Mary Shelley. Paul Swanson 19th, Sheila Sheeran 20th, Oriel Pollard 21st, Becky Lynch, Preston Plord, Tim Randolph, Max Anderson, Dylan Young, Kyle Matthews, William Flickinger, Mohammed Zain Abdullah, and battles for 30th between Enza Noreza and Bafod Sacco. 32nd, Alexander Rose, Stephen Paul III, Chris Washer, Henry Williams, Alger Baranowskis, RJ Reynolds. Top 37. Couldn't find where the 2 was on track. Well, there's the 2. A lap down now in 38th, apparently. So, it is what it is, as Time Pollard has grabbed second away from Zach Flickinger. So, Flickinger's car kind of falling back a little bit. And we may have a battle for the lead before the end of this. We have yet to have a repeat winner yet this season, so right now the only person that would change that would be Hunter Braxton of the top 4. So 2 laps to go when they hit the stripe. Time Pollard trying to get the toe off of the 36 and maybe size up where he can make a move. Time Pollard driving the championship team car from last season is 10th in points right now. The champion from last season is, like I said, in 17th in points coming in and did not even take the green really for this one. Crossed the line but didn't take the green, let's be honest. Their day was over before they got to the line. Now can Hunter Braxton also size up a move on the 12 is going to be the question. After all, he ran a 2:06 the last time by. And Zach Flickinger ran a time in the 2:08, so... As Time Pollard continues to look for a spot to make a move as well. Braxton trying to size up the 12. Time Pollard trying to size up the 36. Johnny Gardner hoping that they all wreck so he can try and pull through for a win. Everyone's solid through the kink there. Looks like Amanda Shelley gains a little bit of time. And Braxton goes wide. So that will cost him a little bit of time there. And the white flag will be out. 1 lap to go at Road America for the 36 of Amanda Shelley. Can Time Pollard make a move, and if so, where? As Zach Flickinger had just run his fastest lap of the race. Time Pollard to the back bumper of Shelley, but no closer yet. I think we're almost halfway through this course right now. They just passed through, I believe that's turn 6. Braxton trying hard, flinging it into the corners to no avail right now. Amanda Shelley just doesn't... All she has to do is just not put a wheel off, basically, and I think this race is hers. Through the kink for the final time. Just 3 more corners separate Amanda Shelley from a win once again in the NRSL Hooters series. She's gotten 2 career wins, I believe, if I'm remembering that right. But I don't recall one happening last season in the 22 car. Through the final corner. And Time Pollard even goes a little bit wide for good measure. And Amanda Shelley wins at Road America. Should have switched the camera angle in all honesty. Max Anderson also retired from the race due to an accident, apparently. Well, with that, that'll basically do it. I'm not going to bore you guys with the idea of watching RJ Reynolds come back around to the start finish line. So we'll cut away, go to the wrecks that were transpired today, and then do our outro as is normal. And yeah, basically. First incident of the day started with the points leader, Jessica Shelton here. Gonna see what happened coming down to turn number 2. Well, I think actually on track map it's actually turn 3, but either way. Let's see, is she gonna get hit from behind here? Question mark. Just an innocent victim there. Enzo Nareza again collecting someone, and into the wall the 2 would go. Take a look at what the next incident was. Very next corner, William Flickinger would have his issues, and here's what happened going down into the hard braking left-hander here, downhill. He's got Sheila Shear right behind him. That's Alexander Rowe there in front, and contact is made, and around would go the 27. PJ Williams would be one of the unlucky people here to have problems going into the carousel. Don't know what the exact best camera angle is really here, but either way, would end up hitting the wall, and that would be day over for PJ Williams, who was one of our top 5 on points, I believe, going in. Alexander Rowe would be the second car to have his issues with the carousel turn, which we saw in D&Q race was very prevalent. Now, is he going to be able to keep off this wall is the question. Yes, he would. So great job by Alexander Rowe there. Canada Corner would also be the site of an incident here on lap number 2, as Sam Young would clip the right rear of Chris Louvier, and right into the tire wall goes the 88. And it looks like that would be day over for the Navy Chevrolet. A little bit deeper in the pack, we had this incident on lap number 4, starting with Henry Williams in the 5. Oh no, that's not going to be teammates, is it? Oh, it is. Henry Williams and Preston Plord contact with RJ Reynolds, and the 60 would go off, and this is going to be a huge hit. Oh, right into the concrete wall there. But both drivers would continue on, though, for the rest of this race. We would have to go a couple laps before we'd find our next incident, though, of the day. That would be the 16 of Kev Shearer, who definitely has not had a fun weekend. I'm willing to bet he's more than ready to get to Auto Club. As you'd see, he goes off the track and is going to find the tire barrier. So, unfortunate there for him. Then he'd end up getting teleported back to pit lane. So, and with that, that wraps up our coverage here of the NRSL Hooters Series for race number 4, the Sargento 300. Goes to Amanda Shelley, resident of Virginia. Time Pollard, Zach Flickinger, Hunter Braxton, Johnny Gardner, the top 5. Zach Flickinger picks up his first top 10 of the season and his first top 5 as well. As you can kind of see when I'm recording that. Yay. Rest of the top 10, Ace Rogers, James Qualls, Isaac Flickinger, Samet Ozcon, and Zachary Fitzwater. Look at the bottom half of the grid there. As you can see, the people who ran into a little bit of issues at some point today or just couldn't work their way through the field. With that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more good content. I'm going for 10 and 1, and I'll see you next time.